This week's been busy with Sick Chick. You any better? We built a little cage for her in the outside area. Whee! Cage, post, gate. She's doing all right. She's getting better. We also did a little bit of clearing and we repaired the window. That is all we did this week. And we didn't film doing a chick, but I thought I'd show you the kitchen garden because it's come on really well. It's looking great. So let's do another speed tour of the garden. Potatoes, herbs and kitchen garden. Looking lovely, growing really well. Look at my rose, it's beautiful. Loads more herbs, peppers, tomatoes, going crazy. Pizza oven peas, almost ready. Then we've got courgettes and pumpkins too. And parsnip and beetroots and leeks and spinach and parsnips again. Then we might get some little spring onions, maybe some cabbage, but the birds got them too. At the back we might get some French beans if the birds can leave them to us. Frickin' birds. And that's my garden growing. Right, another day. Sun's out. It's actually quite warm out. We're going to continue clearing that area, get this going. You gonna help me? Yeah? You gonna clear all this area for me? So where we cleared last week, we're going to start storing some of the materials here. We're trying to keep things we might use, but I don't know if we'll just get new bricks or if we can use some of the Okay, you'll see that I'm being careful because here, quite a high up drain pipe that runs along here down to drain there, so I don't want to put the fork through it. I have to probably relay it for the pizza area. Good news is the glass I ordered for the broken window arrived, so I was able to use my tools to take off the old trim. I did dress as a builder for this task. I didn't realise my trousers were riding so low, so I apologise for the blurring. It's always good to dress as a builder when you're doing a builder job. But yeah, so I just pry off the old clips basically that hold in the window. It just takes a little bit of time to pry them off. Once you get them loose, you can just pull them off with your hands. They're quite easy just to slide out. Get them started is a little bit harder, but once they get started, you can just pry them off. So I did it on the second one as well. And then I did the bottom before the top because I thought the top one's probably holding it all in, but these came out straightforward. Once they were out, the window kind of stayed in place. I had to kind of shimmy it out with my blunt chisel. They're just packers falling down the sides there, and that pack the glass in. Once I was able to loosen it all, I was able to get my hands in and pull out the broken glass. Fortunately, it kind of stayed in place. I was able to add onto the good glass a suction grabber thing, I was able to take it to the skip. The glass did start falling out on the way to the skip, so I did have to spend some time out there clearing up. Once it was done, I came back and looked at how are we going to get this new sheet in. I had to hoover up some debris that was inside. I thought that wouldn't be great. And then started to look at how does the measurement fit. So using my suction grabber thing, I was able to lift the window quite easily and get it nice and level and look at kind of the space there. Obviously I had to get around the handle, but I realised we probably need to pack out the bottom. So I used some of the previous packers to just lift the bottom up, because we had that 5mm extra on each end. So once I was able to do that, I was able to get the packers in and get the new piece of glass kind of just wedged in to the frame now. I had to get a few more packers on the top there, and once they were in, it kind of was nice and square. I was happy with it, so I put the trim in. The trim was quite tight to push it in. You couldn't just push it with your hands. I had to use my rubber mallet to finish hammering it in. So I did the top, followed by the bottom, and then I was able to get the sides in as well. Yeah, bit of hammering. I realised at this point that the little stickers on the outside of the glass were getting in the way of the outside, so I just went and took off the ones that were in the way of the trim, and that helped me get it in. So as you can see, I just using my rubber mallet just to get that in, and once it starts getting in, it can kind of start one end, work your way along, and it just clips back in really nicely. Definitely want to use a rubber mallet because you don't want to damage these pieces. The sides were a little bit fiddly because the way they go in, but once I kind of got my head into it, I was able to just get them pushed in again, starting at one end, working up. I was able to start getting them clipped in all the way up. I was just taking my time, don't want to rush it, just gently, and they just started to sit in nice and easy, really. And then there was the final trim, and yeah, it just kind of was straightforward to do. It's the first time I've done this, so I was quite happy that it went to plan. I think measuring twice was definitely the right deal, and I just take off the last bits of stickers, and so that turned out to be a 20-minute job, including clearing up the mess of the skip. But yeah, we have a new window, we can see out again. So I didn't really film putting it in the skip because I was too worried about things, but it did start falling apart just before the skip. I managed to get most of it in there, so you can see it's there, and what I need to do is make sure there's no bits of glass left on the driveway for once it's done, so we don't want a puncture. So this is me attempting to make up a recipe. I'm just putting some flour in here with a bit of, we can add some butter. So this is a short crust pastry that I'm just putting together. I just put the butter in like that with the flour, blitz it, out of focus on the shop. Obviously not recording very well because I'm focusing on building the recipe rather than videoing it. Add some water, blitz that together again. Forget the salt, so add some salt, and then we add some more water. We blitz it together again. I think I have to add a bit more water until it comes together to make this short crust pastry. Next, wrap it in cling film, put it in the fridge. Then I chop up some onions, quickly slice them. Slice. And then we're just going to cook these down for some time. And this is just going to cook there. So while we're doing that, we're also going to roast off some of these cherry tomatoes on a vine with a bit of olive oil. They'll go in the oven for a bit as well, just to dry them out. As the onions cook down, it takes a bit of time, and you'll see them just get into a very nice little stickiness. And this is kind of what we're looking for, is this kind of really soft, sticky onion that I want to put in. What we're making is some quiches, just goat's cheese, onion, cherry tomato quiche. So next, what I do after this is I roll out the pastry. However, my camera battery dies, and this is all I recorded of rolling out the mini pastries. You will see them in a bit, but they did come out all right. The pastry was quite good. Next, I put together the 5 eggs into a jug. Got out my pastries that are blind baked, and then I mix in my cream and my milk. Whisk this into the eggs, and this is just the base for the quiche, really. It's quite a straightforward recipe. Whisk all that together, whisk, 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 nice and easy. Take out my blind baked beads, and then my pastry cases are good to go. Next up, I realised I got enough ingredients to do a big one as well. So this is actually the pastry. As you can see, it's really manageable. And this is me badly filming, kind of putting it into the big tin as well. So what we'll do is we'll line that, fill it with the baking beads as well, and we'll blind bake that as well. So it gives me an opportunity to make a big one as well as some small ones. You can see how good the pastry came out using the mixer. Put the beads in to blind bake it. That goes back in the oven, and we'll then start constructing the smaller ones. First off, though, I need to cut up my goat's cheese. Here's goat's cheese being cut up randomly. This is quite a sticky goat's cheese. Sometimes you get a more crumbly one, but you just cut it. So then just trimming the edges here. Just thinking, try and make them look a bit neater. Make a right mess here. But, you know, it kind of works. Sticking some onions, a couple of tomatoes as well. After we put in the goat's cheese, here's the goat's cheese going in. Just simply constructing them one at a time. Takes a bit of time. A few bits of goat's cheese, a couple of tomatoes, and then we have to repeat this for all the other ones that we made. And here we are, just trimming, filling, trimming, filling, trimming, filling, trimming, filling. You get the idea here. Until we've got all of the 8 that we did. I did. Don't know why I talk about we. It's just me. And here we are, just filling them with the mixture. This is the egg and cream. Put a bit of salt and pepper as well. And then these will bake. While these are baking, we'll make a bit more space to make some more mess, as we have the big one to do. Very similar process. Trim, use the rest of the onions, spread them out. Fill. Add in the goat's cheese after this, I think. Ooh, can we remember? Yes, goat's cheese it is. And then we also add in the tomatoes remaining. Now, could have filled this a bit higher with the egg cream mix, but this is what I'd left from what I mixed up. I could have mixed up a bit more, but this was probably enough to cover it all. That went in the oven. This is what they look like when they come out of the oven. They cool for a bit, and then we get them out of the cases. They're not too neat, but this was an experiment. I was making up the recipe as we went along, and these cool down, and then we get out the big one as well. Here's the big one. You see it's got a nice wobble on it. This one's a bit more baked. I think this one baked better. And here's the final shots. And it worked. It was really tasty. And the recipe that I made up is now on my website. Thank you. Thank you for watching that content, for those who have, and thank you. That's week 5 of doing this project. So what is good is I've started to measure out kind of where everything goes, and I've actually ordered materials. So we've got some deliveries coming in next week, so hopefully next week will be more about moving this project on. and really getting it going. So hopefully we'll get there next week. We'll do some more. Thank you. Bye for now.